we'll go for it. Do not worry. Good morning, everybody, and well, unfortunately, we've got the day on already. Anyway, good. It's sunny and cloudy here in the southwest of England, and I hope all is nice happy day. Trish, hello, welcome.
Hi, delighted
Hi.
to be here.
Where do you come from? Are you in the UK?
No, I'm coming all the way from Queensland, Australia.
Ah, my favourite place, Queensland. Oh yes. Is that where Neighbours is made?
Sorry?
Is that where Neighbours is made? The soap Neighbours?
Oh, yes. No, they're down in New South Wales.
Oh, New South Wales. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, thank you, Trish. Um, Tell us about yourself.
Wow. Okay. I'm me. That's about what you're going to get. I actually am very passionate and work with people, helping them to get known and be seen. I have a Purple Unicorn Marketing Academy, and my passion is working with people to help them market and promote themselves so that it makes it easy for their clients to find them. So I work with them by going and looking into their business to see what gold nuggets they have and how they can repurpose and leverage that to market and promote themselves cost effectively and productively. Specifically, I work with startups and people who've got a lot of time, but not ready to outsource their marketing or can't afford it. Right. When I'm not doing that, I love purple and I have my own business.
Great, great. And let's talk about your own business in a minute. So, with any business, the trouble. So, if somebody is going into business, Trish, say like I'm starting my own business up, what advice would you give me?
The best advice I can give you is to believe in yourself, to really, really believe in who you are and own it. You started a business for a reason, because you had a passion, because you got a product that you like or a service you want to do, because you want to help people. And what often happens in business then is we're so enthusiastic, and then we start to second guess ourselves. And we start to think, wow, this is getting a bit hard, or people don't like me. We let all those negative voices come in and say, why are you doing this? No one's going to buy from you. And that's when you've got to say stop. And you've got to say, look, I believe in who I am. I am who I am. I own who I am. I'm unique. And I have something that I want to share with people. So that's my biggest tip, is just believe in yourself and just honor the fact that you wanted to start the business for a reason. So hold on to that reason and just be you. Just be you authentically. Don't let people talk you out of it. Don't worry about the competition. Just be your unique self. No one else can do it as well as you can, no matter what business you're in.
And that's the trouble, Trish, when people who's got their own business, and one thing has just got to happen, click, and the trouble is they're back down again, their confidence is gone, and it takes them a while to get back up again. And sometimes they would turn around and say, "No, that's it. No, I don't want to do that," and things like that, and they lose the confidence. So, what do you say to those people who have done that?
Look, you're going to face challenges in your business. There's going to be times when you'll be going up, and there'll be times when things will happen. Business does not go smooth. You know that there's something's going to happen. But the biggest thing I can say to you is to look at the challenges. I tell people to look back at the challenges, learn from them, see what went right, see what they can improve on, and take those lessons and then look forward and put those lessons into place so that you can change, try something new, polish what you're doing. It's not all bad. There's things that you do all well, and you should acknowledge the things that you're doing. When we're in business and if something happens and it doesn't quite go well, we're so ready as human beings to just dwell on the things that aren't working. And you forget about like all those maybe 8 months, 9 months that you were doing perfectly great things, that the people that you were helping, the success that you had, everything was going well. But as soon as something goes wrong, we start to dwell only on that. So what I'm saying to you is when something goes wrong, take a deep breath, step back and just think about, okay, what can I learn from that? But also think about what's been working for me and acknowledge your successes. Acknowledge that things are going well. Take a deep breath, put on your cloak of courage and what I call 60 seconds of insane courage. Take those lessons and just step forward. And that's where you have to remember why you got into business in the first place and why you wanted to be there. And just honor that and own it and keep moving forward.
Now, years ago, a few years back now, I had a business, a cleaning business, and some of my contracts they folded and everything, and I thought to myself, that's it, I'm not doing it no more. I've had enough, and it got me down to a spiral. It got me into a pit, and I didn't know how to get out of it. And all of a sudden, I thought to myself, Steve, you brush yourself off, get back up again, and carry on, and you can make things happen. Because I think after the time, soon we kind of like say to ourselves that we are useless, we are a failure, then all the negativity comes back in again. Now, I say to this is if things happen, kind of like it's it's either meant to happen or it's not our fault anyway that it's happened. So why should we kind of like get down again? Because business is business, You as you said, you will get your ups and downs and everything. But I firmly believe along the way we can all learn our lessons, can we?
Absolutely. Life is a lesson. Everything we learn in life is a lesson that we can take on board to change where we want to go or improve what we're doing. The day I stop learning is the day I won't be here on the planet. So I love learning. I love taking the challenges and seeing, okay, what worked, what didn't work? How can I make it work next time?
Okay, so what kind of business do you have then?
My business is coaching and mentoring. I mentor and coach. I have what I said was my Purple Unicorn Marketing Academy. You can work with me for 12 months and we meet every 2 weeks in a group coaching. I have a lot of masterclasses once a month, and it's basically working with you to help you market and promote yourself. It's Puma. It's promote uniquely you and market to attract the audience and the raving fans that you want to keep with you. So it's helping you to find how to step out. It could be speaking. It could be helping you to write a book. There was always a legacy. A book's a legacy, and it's great for credibility. It could be writing articles. It could be blogging. And one of the prime things I show you is how to repurpose and leverage, so you don't have to have content overwhelm. So I can help you take your blog and turn that blog into an article, a checklist, an infographic, a video, an online course. Whatever we can do, we change it so that you can reach the people that you need to reach in several different mediums, because not everybody will watch you on Facebook, but people do like videos. So I help you turn some of your content into a video, so those people who like videos and want to find you on YouTube can find you. So that's what I do. I help you find everything that you need to make it easy for your clients to find you. I work with you as mentoring and coaching.
Great. And if people come up to you today and they say to you, right, okay, so what can you offer me? Is that what you can offer them? And over, did you say 12? You did say 12 months, didn't you?
Yeah, I have the Purple Marketing Unicorn Academy is over 12 months. I also have a membership site that people can enroll in. I have an online course that they can go to. And then I do have 6 and 12-month mentoring. So my VIP one-on-one mentoring clients who really want to delve in and work closely with me to make sure that their business gets where they want to. So those are the main. But the first starter ones is the 12 months where we work on marketing your book, your business, whatever it is that you want to make sure that you want to get out there and want people to find you.
So if someone was like writing a book, say, wants to kind of like write a book, right? Now, what advice can you give them?
Awesome. Thanks for asking that. Look, I'm an author, co-author and contributing author of 18 books.
I know you are, and I was going to talk about that in a bit.
And really, about 15 of those books have come in the last 4 years because I had this mindset that I couldn't write. I knew I could speak. I was a great speaker coach, speaker mentor, and I love speaking and training. But and I had a big blog, and I've been blogging since 2006. But I didn't think I really could write until someone asked me to contribute a chapter to a book in America. And I was really saying no, until I realized that I had to walk my talk. I help people to write. I help people to get up there and be seen. So I thought, okay, I'll write it. I thought, it's okay. It's a book in America. No one in Australia is going to read it. Big mistake. They did. But people liked it. And I realized that I could write. And what I do is I write how I speak. I just write down. Now, what I tell to people who are thinking about writing a book is, look, don't think about the end product. People say, oh, look, if I got to write a book, it's got to be like 15,000 words, 30,000 words, 150 pages. I said, don't worry about that. If you just write if you just write 500 words a day for 30 days, that's very simple. 500 words is just a blog, basically. Each day for 30 days, you'll have a 15,000 words book. And that's the minimum size for a book. And there's your book. So start writing. Just write it down. Don't worry about editing. Don't worry about that. Just write down what you want to write. Now, your book could be anything. It could be an information book because you want to share your expertise. It could be a motivational book because you want to share something of your story, your life that might inspire other people. Could be a poetry book. Could be a children's book. Could be a memoir. I mean, wow, memoirs look so great. I don't know, how often have you sat around the table with your family talking over, Christmas time or whatever, talking about all the life and where your ancestors come from, where your grandparents have come from, and you think, wow, we better get those stories down for the young generation, and you don't do it. And one day it's too late. Yeah. Those stories have disappeared. So right now, it's so much easier nowadays to be able to write your book and to share it with people. Now, if you don't want to do a whole book straight away, be a contributing author to a book. Just contribute a chapter. That will start you out.
But writing a book can be expensive too, can it?
What, to get the book published?
Yeah.
It depends on which way you want to go. It used to be extremely expensive. I know when we published our first book, my then business partner and I, and we first started our business in 2006, it was a very big deal then. Cost us 10,000 Australian dollars at that time. We had to buy a huge number of books. Everything went wrong with it. It was a big mistake, but we learned a lot from it. Fast forward to today, you can self-publish. You can get someone to help you self-publish, or you can you don't have to go to a big, huge publisher. You can go to the smaller publishers that will help you. I can get a book done if I go to my publisher, and I've got a publisher that I use, I trust a lot. Usually maybe it costs me $2,000 or $3,000 if I want to do it. And that's from go to woe, cover, editor, something like that. If you go to a big publisher, a mainstream publisher, it might cost you more, but it also might be very hard for you because they don't take very many people up. If you publish it yourself, you can do it just for the amount of time that you take. maybe about $50 Australian to go through Lulu or Ingram Sparks, one of those ones, and self-publish it yourself. And then you can get up onto Amazon, and you can self-publish also through Amazon. And it can be very cost-effective. Probably, if you're going to self-publish yourself, the main cost would be for editing. The best thing I can say to you when you're doing your book is to get a good editor. Get a good editor. Pay for someone to edit. You can read your book hundreds and hundreds of times and you'll still miss things. You can get beta readers and friends to read it and they'll still miss things. So you get an editor, and that will get the little editing problems down as much as possible. And that'll make your book good. So you can do your book cost effectively. Self-publishing, you can just print one copy if you like, or you can print as many as you like. It's print on demand. It's not like it used to be. So take a step forward and just do it. And I said, if you want to be part of a contribution, which is a good start, you can just do a chapter. Now, some of those, they might ask you for $100. Some might ask you for a couple of thousand. It depends on who you're going to go, who's doing the compilation. And I know in UK, mostly if you're going to be a contributing author, they don't ask you to contribute any money to that. And the person does all the editing and printing for you. So just think about what's out there. There's lots of people looking for authors to contribute to all sorts of books. And it's a good start, a very cost-effective way. And once the book's done, you're an author. Once you've had your book done and you printed, you can say that you're an author. And that's an awesome thing. Whether you want to do that for credibility for your business or just for yourself. Some people out there all they ever want to do is write a book to be an author. So go for it. The sky's the limit now.
Let's talk about your books. How many books? You got 8 books.
18.
18 books.
Yep.
And can you tell me about your books?
Yeah, look, this one here, this one is my latest book. It's called Forever Changed by Suicide. That's a compilation book. That's a compilation book that I facilitated. The reason I wrote that is in 2007, we lost our son Craig to suicide. And it's something that really struck me is that people find it very hard to talk about it. And one of the things I wanted to make sure was that his name was always remembered. So the end of last year, beginning of this year, we got that book done. It took about 2 years to get that one out. I invited some people to come and put their chapters in. So it's 23 people, 23 stories, people sharing their story of the people they've lost, some people sharing their journey through it. I've had people who help people. So that's my latest one. Now, this is one of the earlier ones that I wrote, which is Creating Confident Communicators. This one is my own, all by myself. It's all about communication. That one is a compilation that I also did about breast cancer, which is something that I had, and I invited a whole lot of people to contribute to that particular book. So there are some of my books. Some of them are information books. Some are my own books. Some are ones that I've co-authored, and there's some that I've been a contributing author to.
Gosh. So, and when you do all these books and everything, and when you've got all these books and everything, and kind of like, and you share your experiences and stuff, because you said about breast cancer and about suicide, I remember when I tried to commit suicide a few years back now. It's kind of like really hard to deal with when things happen like that.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes, it is. It is. Look, the biggest thing that got me through when my husband and I lost our son, that sort of thing can tear a family apart.
Of course it can.
And we made a commitment that we would be together. And this year we celebrate 45 years of marriage, so we're stronger than we are.
Well done.
And one of the things that was me was to remember our son, to do due testament to his life. He was only here on the earth for 23 years. And if we were to just not talk about it, if we were to let that dissolve our marriage, it would be mitigating his life, and then ignoring the time that he was with us. So we talk about it. I remember him. I talk about him every day, and we remember the time we had with him. Why he left us, we don't know. That was a choice he made in a different state of frame of mind. But what I choose to remember and how we bounce back is that we want to choose to remember the time that he was with us and make sure that other people remember him. Resilience and bouncing back, you find and you dig deep. It's really your choice. You choose to decide whether you want to keep going or whether you want to stay in a dark tunnel. And that's purely up to you. And the longer you stay in a dark tunnel, it's fine. But you can choose to let the light in. You can choose to take a step forward. We chose to let the light in. We chose to live each day. And we live each day. It changed us. Honestly, you wake up one morning and you've got a family and you go to bed that night and your family's shattered and you're missing one. So I know what life is like you don't know what's going to happen the next day. So why don't you just reach out and grab everything you can today and just live life and enjoy it and be joyful because it's an awesome life and every person you touch is awesome. So just reach out and do it and move forward. Live and do what your dreams. Don't say I'll do them tomorrow because I know tomorrow may not come. So do them now. Take that 60 seconds of insane courage and do what you want to do. Start your business, write your book, climb that mountain, talk to your family. Just do it now.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Now let's take some questions off the radio. Let me right. Just let's right. Okay. Sorry, I've just been waiting for him to come off.
That's okay.
Hi, Trish. Very motivational story you have, and I am so sorry about your loss. How long did it take you to get over it? I lost my son because of suicide a few years ago. I know how you feel.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't get over it. And people who tell you do, they don't know what you're going through. I will never get over losing our son. There is a hole in my heart that is never going to be filled. But I can choose to live my life, to honor him, and to be who I want to be. I still cry. I will cry at odd moments, and that's fine. I had someone tell me, about 3 or 4 years after we lost him, that, wow, you should be all fine now, and why are you still crying? And I just looked at them and said, you're never going to be fine, and it's okay to cry. That cleanses it, but you choose to remember the good things. So you're never going to get over it, but you can move forward. You can move forward and honor who they are.
Of course you can, and you still got the memories. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The memories are there.
Monica, to you. Hi, Steve. Two questions really. One, I want to ask you one. Um, what happened when you wanted to commit suicide when you were on that bridge? Did you ever wanted to go over that bridge? And what happened? What made you think? Um, I can understand your question, but it's not very clear. So let me just tell you quick. When somebody is really low and really, if you can you imagine when somebody loses someone close to them, and sometimes you get really grief is you know grief is I know grief is really horrible. Let me say it right. Grief is really horrible, and the trouble is, to me, it was a part. My wife was a part of my life, and when something happened to her, I actually kind of thought to myself, "There's nothing else in this world." And when I was on the end of that bridge, and when I had that foot over it, I was just about to go. But I felt then it was I was I was all of a sudden I just heard a voice in my head saying, that I love you, and I found out that my faith. with gold and everything. And by then, I was told to. Then it came to me about my family and that I'm leaving my family behind, and so and so, so and so. Then I went into a psychiatric unit and got myself sorted out and everything. But that's me. But what I'm trying to say to anybody who's feeling suicidal out there at the moment in time, that there is help out there, there is hope, and all you got to do is reach out. Um, so that's my question. Trish, what she's asking you is this: that today, do you still get your moments where your loss can be um, fatal for your relationship with your husband?
Thank you for the question. I'll take it in two parts. Yes, I still get days when our loss is deep. His birthday's the 13th of July. It's not a good day for me. The anniversary of him parting and leaving us is the 3rd of October. It's not a good day for us. Mother's Day and Father's Day are not good days. Christmas is not always good because I've got the family there and I see them. But does it? So yes, I still feel that loss deeply in those times. And sometimes at odd times I'll turn around to talk to him. It impacted our family deeply because my daughter can't have children and our son was going to be the one to take on our name and the family life. He was the one that's going to give me grandchildren. I'm never going to be a grandmother. My husband's never going to be a grandfather. That's a deep loss for us. Does it impact on our relationship? No, it has not changed. My husband and my relationship is close. We talk things out. We hold together. It's never going to break us because it's only brought us closest because our son is our son and we have memories of our son and that's the memories that we keep with us. So yes, it impacts on me at different times. It's not always easy, but no, it hasn't. It does not impact on the relationship with my husband. It is strong and is stronger than ever.
Thank you. Lucy, hi Steve. Congratulations on being number 2 in the charts. Oh, thank you very much, Lucy. Um, would it be possible if you can bring Trish back because she's very interesting and really emotional. We do ask people to come back. Yes, we do. Yeah, and we will ask Trish. Yeah. Um, Barbara wants to know with your books. I want to write a book, and what's the cheapest around it to get a book written?
So could you just repeat what was to get the book?
She wants to write a book, and
Yeah.
and she's asking what is the cheapest way of getting it published.
Okay, the cheapest way would be to self-publish it yourself, to do it yourself. Not always the easiest way because you may have to take a great learning curve, but it is the cheapest way. The expense part that I would have would be to do the editing. Now, you would have to check editors for wherever you are. You can get them from 350 Australian is what I paid, up depending on how big your book is and how much editing to be done. You would then have to use Lulu or Ingram Sparks or even Amazon, and there will be a cost with that. It's not a huge cost. It could be something as low as $55, and that would be to upload the book onto there, and then the charge then would be per book. And that could be anywhere from, depending again how big your book is and what size it is, it could be around about $6 US dollars, $6 a book to print. And they can print on demand anywhere. So it could be roughly, let's say maybe at the most to print a book might be $10 US, usually less than that. So you could do your book for under, well, I say the main part for your book would be editing. And again, that would depend on what editor you get, but you could do it for under 500, 600 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
That's just a reasonable starting point. And I said, again, it depends on the size of your book, how much editing. You want to get a good cover, so you may want to pay for a graphic design or someone to put a nice cover on your book. Or if you're really good and creative at doing it, you can do it yourself. The thing to remember with a cover is that if you want a print book, it's got to be a good high resolution JPEG that you're using, or image that you're using for the cover, so that when it prints neatly and cleanly. Otherwise, you could just do it up onto Amazon as a Kindle, and that's very quick and easy to do as well. And you can just load it up, and that doesn't cost very much. So you can go anywhere starting, say, 500, right up, depending on where you want to go and how much you want to print out and how many books you want. But it's very cost effective nowadays.
There you go. There you go. Brilliant. Thank you for that advice. Linda wants to know, what's it like being an author?
Oh, Linda, I get goosebumps. The first time that you ever hold your print book, your very first book in your hand, it's almost like having a baby. Honestly, I could just indescribable, because it's just, you put time and effort into it, and you writing the book, you're waiting for the graph to come back, to re-edit it. You're getting all that excited. Then when you wait for it to print, then when you've got it and you open the box and you've got that first book in your hand, it's just an indescribable feeling. I tell you what, just write a book and do it and get it, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It is an awesome, awesome feeling. If you're in business, or anyway, to be able to put author after your name is pretty good. It's pretty top. I love it. It means that you've done something. It means that you have shared your knowledge, or you've created something. And not everybody has done that. So you are immediately unique, even more. You're standing out because you've taken the time, the effort to write, compose, create, whatever it is, and take it all the way and have a finished product. And people admire that. So it's an awesome feeling. Just do it and hold it, and then come and tell me how you felt.
Martin wants to know, hi Steve, do you have any regular spots at the moment? We do have regular spots at the moment. If that's weekly spots, we do. Yes, we do. Would it be possible if Trish tells me where I can find some of her books so I can get one?
Absolutely. You can go on Amazon. This one, My Forever Changed by Suicide, is available as an ebook up on Amazon. You can get down as a Kindle. So is this one, My Creating Confident Communicators. It's got a different cover on, but it's available up on Amazon. Otherwise, you can go to my website, which is trishspringsteen.com. And under the book tab, you will see all my books that I've been a co-author, contributing author, or a co-author to. They're all there under trishspringsteen.com. That's trishspringsteen.com. You can see my name there. And go to the book tab, and they're all there. And I'm delighted if you want to buy one. Just go ahead.
And Lucinda wants to know, are you related to the musician Springsteen?
To Bruce Springsteen, the singer?
Yeah.
He's a distant relation of my husband's. In very distant, but he's there. There is a connection.
Okay. Colin wants to know, what is the best book you have written and that you're proud of?
Each book that I've written, I'm proud of, but I would say the best book, the one that I'm really proud of at the moment, it is this one. It's this one, because it's about my son, and it's been an opportunity to allow 22 other people to talk about something that is not always easy for people to talk about. So being able to give an opportunity for people to either share their story on their journey where they've gone through and out the other side, or to share the memories of people they've lost. Even in one of the chapters in there is from someone about grief. And there's another chapter from a funeral director about how she's felt and handled it. So I think that at the moment, currently, that's probably the one that I'm really quite proud of, because of the opportunity I've been able to give other people to share.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Trish. And you have been really, really good. And you have touched quite a few people. We got messages on my radio site now asking that about you coming back and everything. And thank you so much for all your kind words and for your advice, because we
It's
do
been my
need it now
pleasure.
and again, don't we, Trish?
Sorry?
We do need it now and again, don't we?
Oh, look, we need to think back, but we also need to think forward, and we also need to live in the moment. Sometimes we think back too long, and we worry about what happened, and we worry about what's over. How about just enjoying what we're doing now? Just enjoy
Yeah,
our
I know.
life.
Do you know what people say to me, Steve? Do you keep a diary? And I say no, because I might not be here tomorrow. And if I am here tomorrow, we will have appointment and that we can talk. But in the meantime, sorry, I cannot tell you. And that's what I tell people. And they say, "You're weird, Steve." And I say, "Well, that's me." And
We are all unique.
yeah. But anyway,
Each.
Trish, thank you so much and for everything. And it's been nice talking to you.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I very much enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.